Good morning, welcome back. So it's cold November morning, late November. I'll be honest, I can't even remember what date it is. I think it's the 30th. Yeah, it's the 30th of November 2023 for all of those of you watching this in the distant future. I mean, you'll all be watching this in the future from now. Yeah, icy cold morning, late November. For those of you who don't know, more likely those of you who aren't in the UK or aren't from the UK and you're watching this, somehow you found this channel, the algorithms pointed you towards me, and you're watching this video, and you're not from the UK. The Lake District is in the north of the UK, and this time of year, late November, we get, pretty good winters. Well, the UK winters compared to everybody else are generally wet. We do have snow, but it's not good snow. Anyway, I've gone off on a bit of a tangent there, and I haven't even told you what we're doing today. Today, I'm making the effort today to head round to Wasdale Head. I've mentioned in previous videos that I don't really, I do come around here, but quite often I'll go into other parts of the Lake District because it's just a little easier to drive to. It doesn't take so long. But to get around to Wasdale Head from where I live, just outside of Kendal, takes the best part of an hour and 40 minutes. Unfortunately today I was a bit of a lazy bugger. I say lazy, I dragged my arse out of bed around about 5:30, but I was faffing around making breakfast. I didn't leave the house until a little late, so now it's just before, it's just gone 8:15. So what are we doing today? So I've made the effort to come round to Wasdale. I can't not go up Sca Fell, and that's the plan for today. We're going to do a bit of a horseshoe. So the starting point for this run for today is Wasdale Head. I'm going to park up more likely than not in the National Trust car park at Wasdale Head. Then we're going to head up Lingmel, and we're going to get onto Scafell Pike via Lingmel. I probably will go up onto Lingmel Summit. Is it called Lingmel Summit? I think it is. Yeah, and then we'll just pick up the tourist track then up to Scafell Pike. And then the main reason why I'm doing this run today is because I want to recce. It's a very short section of this run. It's the leg between Scafell Pike and Sca Fell. Now, I have done a video on going up Lord's Rake, but in that video, that weirdly actually, that was this time last year. When I did that, I didn't actually use the West Wall Traverse when I came out of Lord's Rake itself, the Scree Gully, which is Lord's Rake. I didn't actually use the West Wall Traverse, and that's what I want to go and recce today. I've never actually gone up it. I didn't realise at the time when I was doing that run, or making that video, that the West Wall Traverse was part of the line to get up there for the Bob Graham. Obviously since then, I've been doing research on the Bob Graham, and so one of the ways to make that section between Scafell Pike and Sca Fell is you either A, head down to Mickledore, then down to the bottom of Foxes Tarn gully, head up that gully, up to Foxes Tarn, and then onto the summit there. Or you go down to Mickledore, drop down to the mouth or the start of Lord's Rake, up through Lord's Rake, and then you pick up the West Wall Traverse and head up onto the summit from there. Those are the kind of two routes. I've done the Foxes Tarn Gully. I've done that quite a few times now. I just want to dial in on Lord's Rake and the West Wall Traverse. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do that. And then from there, we're going to head down to Slight Side. And then from Slight Side, we're going to hoof it across to Win Rig. And that will be quite a large leg, quite a long leg. and I've not actually, I have covered sections of it, but I've never actually done that leg, so to speak. I've never done that line from Slight Side to Winrig, so we're going to have to drop down into the valleys a bit. We're skirting around there's a building there, a bothy, I can't remember what it's called now. I have been past that building a few times. I don't think, it's not a public use bothy. I think it belongs to a climbing club or something. I'm not entirely, I can't remember actually. So we're going to do that. Hoof it up the side of Winrig, up onto Winwig. Say that. Winwig. Say that a lot. I can't. Not at this time of the morning. My mouth needs a bit more dexterity. Yeah, Winrig. And then just back to Wasdale Head, basically. And that's going to be today's run. It's looking like, because I was checking it out on OS Maps yesterday, it's looking like it's going to be a 12 to 13 mile run. So with just over 6,000 feet of elevation, which will be quite good actually, because this week, as I've been banging on about in previous videos, my training plan is, between 20 to 30 miles a week with 1,000 to 2,000 meters of elevation. However, this week, because of the way my work we're looking and certain life commitments and stuff like that, I don't have very many days. Today is one day that I can allocate to getting up on the fells, basically. And then I'll have another day which I can probably get another run in, which is probably not going to be a monstrous fell run. It'll just be something from the house. But yeah, that's it. That's the plan for today, for this week, running wise. So today's going to be a big day. I've got the day off, so I thought I'd make the effort to get over to Sca Fell. And as you probably have noticed, it's such a clear day. Like I said earlier, we've been getting cold spells, but the last couple of days have been really clear, and the evenings, we've had a full moon, of course. We've been going through the full moon cycle at this time of month, and yeah, it's been super clear. The evenings have been awesome. If you were going to do a Bob Graham winter attempt, obviously doing it during a full moon is important, but more importantly, it's doing it during good weather, of course. And yeah, we've had the perfect combination of really good clear skies at night and a full moon. So the visibility's been awesome. Ground is super hard, and we haven't had heavy snowfall yet. It's just been icy, so everything's super hard. So when it comes to going up Sca Fell today, I've bought my micro spikes. We haven't had a heavy snowfall, though we will probably have a lot of snow or kind of ice up on the summits. Snowed at all over the last couple of days, that will all be up there, no doubt. But from where I'm driving in the car and looking, because I'm always scanning, trying to find, is there snow on the top? There is no snow on anything at the moment, so yeah, should be interesting. Oh, my ears have just popped. God, always pops on that section of road. Oh. Throws you off completely, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm waffling on. So that's the plan for today. We're heading to Wasdale Head. Should be another 40 odd minutes. It's going to be this drive is such a pain in the ass, but I'm still fortunate enough that this drive only takes me the best part of 1 hour 40 minutes. Some of you lot have got to drive freaking hours to get up here, so yeah, I don't really have much to moan about, do I? So I'm going to shut up. And yeah, we're just going to get on with this drive. Shouldn't be much longer, and I'll see you in a bit. so cold. So you'll be pleased to hear that I'm going to keep the waffling down on this run, purely because every time I stop to get out the camera and clip on the external mic, this thing, I'm using a DJI wireless lavalier mic with a DJI Osmo Action 4. Awesome little camera. However, every time I stop, today anyway, every time I stop to get it out, my hands freeze. It is absolutely Baltic today. However, it's absolutely stunning today. Nice clear day. We've got about, I'd say, a 15 to 20 mile an hour breeze, which is giving us the best part of, I would say, -10 wind chill, probably a little bit more. But yeah, it's such a nice day. Ground underfoot is hard. You won't be able to make that out too well. There's little bits of frost. But I thought, well, when I was driving over, I couldn't see any snow. I was like, wow, the summits aren't covered in snow at all. But then we haven't had any rain / snow for the last week now. So yeah, there's no snow on top. However, we'll have some icy conditions. It's a bit windy. I hope the mic is okay. Yeah, with that in mind, because I saw there was no snow up here, I decided not to bring the micro spikes. There will be hard ground and ice in spots, but I think I'll be okay. Today's shoe of choice is another VJ Sport. These are the XTRMs. They're great. They really do bang on about how grippy these are in wet conditions. The sole's pretty aggressive. I'm trying to balance on one foot. The sole's pretty aggressive. I think those lugs are around about 5mm, if I remember correctly. They bang on about it being some sort of special butane rubber sole, so it kind of like sticks to wet conditions. Now, when it's wet, they are kind of sticky. I'll be interested to see how they bear when we get up to Sca Fell, and there's a thin, I should imagine there'll be a thin coating of ice on all the rocks up there, and it's super rocky. Yeah, we've had quite a few individuals come into work having slipped up here with broken ankles and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be interesting to see what it's like up there. So the first point of call is going to be Lingmel. We're going to go up there. However, I won't be saying much on this run, as I've mentioned, purely because I don't want my hands to freeze up. I'll just be getting the camera out and showing the views because it's such a good day. And be honest, you don't want to listen to me banging on about inane rubbish. You just come here for the views, really, haven't you? So that's what I'm going to show you today. All right, let's get on with it. I need to warm up. Oh my God. Little jog. Won't last long, trust me. Yeah, incidentally, hammering it up Lingmel straight out the gate. It's like, yeah, it's a good warm up. Right, let's get on with it. look at that. Today is turning out to be quite the day. So yeah, that there, back up there is Scafell Pike. We've just come down the track here on the right hand side. Didn't go down straight down the main gully in Mickledore, cut off to the right so I could skirt around the base of this big lump here on the right. And as you can see behind me, that is Lord's Rake. Now, I think about it, the last time I was up here would have been at the same time of year, if I remember correctly, because I remember the scree being nicely frozen together. And I'm kind of hoping now, going up Lord's Rake, it won't be so loose because it would have frozen together. But as you may have noticed, the ground underfoot, it's solid. We just blew through Scafell Pike because I wasn't going to hang around. It was pretty cold. I just wanted to get off, but it's just frost up there, big thick frost on the rocks. And these shoes, they seem to be sticking quite nicely. Of course, you know, you are going to slip. You've got to watch your footing. You've got to zone in massively. But I'm pleasantly surprised how they're dealing with the frost at the moment. They're quite tacky on the rocks, which is nice. So we're just going to head down here. Actually, we'll go down here now. Actually, we're just going to head down. I'm looking for a cross that's carved into the rock. I'm not entirely sure if I found it last time, but it's a memorial, I think, of a bunch of climbers. I have read this on Wikipedia, but I've forgotten. I think it's a bunch of climbers in 1920 something or other, or 1840, unfortunately died climbing up here somewhere. Let's have a look. Where is it? Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I guess the other thing about these shoes, which I haven't really mentioned, much like the other VJ, the IROC 3s I've got, is they're a little long, and the toe does seem to catch a bit. But oh, there we go. So this is what I was looking for. Can you see that? I think you can, quite nicely. So that cross there is a memorial to a bunch of climbers. You can see what's that, 19 something or other, and the WB. Yeah, I can't really tell, but yeah, I was looking for that. So what we're going to do now is going to head up there and then find the entrance or the beginning of the West Wall Traverse. So yeah, let's get on and do that. Today is turning out to be a really good run so far. I've only done 3.5 miles. I got up to Sca Fell just under 1.5 hours. I'll be going almost 2 hours now. So I reckon today is going to be, once we're off Sca Fell and we're kind of properly running, I reckon today, because I'm obviously faffing around chatting to you guys and filming this run, probably add a bit of time on obviously, so I reckon today's going to end up around about the 5 to 6 hour mark, I reckon, even though it's only going to be about a 12 to 13 mile run. So elevation, yeah, like I said, I think around about 6,000 feet, maybe just under, a little bit over, who knows. Yeah, cool. All right, well, let's just get on with getting up here. Now these things always look a lot more foreboding at the bottom, or when you look at them from a distance, but when you're actually on them, it's not that bad, you know. Yeah, it's just a scramble basically, and I'm kind of hoping that it won't be so loose. No, yeah, the screw's not hugely frosted together, so it's still quite loose, but it's easy enough to scramble up. Yeah, there's not many people on the fells today, but then it is, what day is it? I think it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, I think it's a Wednesday. Lordy, lordy. Lordy, lordy, we're going up Lordy Rake. Lordy, lordy. Ideally, I'd have a hands-free kit for this action camera, but this is a easy enough scramble with 3 points of contact. So nothing too drastic. He says, meandering into the middle, which isn't the best place to be. Up the sides so you can hold on to the rock, pull yourself up if you have to. Yeah, we got up there pretty quick. We're not all the way to the top yet, of course. Right, so yeah, it's a bit windy right in my face. Hopefully it's not too bad. So as you see, we've just come up there now. This here, just on the right, looks like the beginning of the West Wall Traverse. So I'm going to go up there and have a check it out. And yeah, looks pretty cool. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put away my microphone and stuff and concentrate on getting up here a bit. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Let's just go up here a bit. If it gets a bit dodgy and I'm a bit kind of like, I'll put the camera away, of course. But the beginning of it is actually nice and open, quite easy. Gives you a nice view over there. If we just continue up. Yeah, I brought some nut bitty with me today. As mentioned in the last video, I cocked up the formula a bit. It tastes a bit like I'd scraped out the contents of a tramp's underpants. I did use that line in my last video, but yeah, it is very apt for how the sort of consistency it is. Not that I know, of course, what it would be like to consume the contents of a tramp's underpants. Anyway, enough about tramp's underpants. Let's just get up here. Quite an easy scramble so far, which I'm pleased about. Yeah, so the wind's whistling up through here. I should imagine when I get up on the top it's going to be pretty cold. So for the moment, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put away the microphone and we're going to get on with this run. And I'm going to get on getting up here. This is a good section. Of course, it depends if you've... Oh, I'm still waffling. I'm still bloody talking. Shut up, Miles, and get on with it. That's what... Oh, my word. So I've just dropped off Sca Fell and come into a bit of a out the wind a bit actually. The prevailing wind's whistling over the top of me and there's a nice bit of a sun trap. So I thought I'd get the camera out again and just talk at you a bit. Yeah, so as you probably saw, if I've edited this correctly and nicely, you would have seen probably most of the West Wall Traverse. The very top bit you wouldn't have seen because It was full of frozen water, and it was a bit dodgy getting up there, so I put away the camera because I needed 4 points of contact, and it was proper a bit of climbing there, finding dry rock to put my feet on, obviously because I couldn't put it on the ice. So it's a bit of a climb to get out the top there, but of course if there's no ice there, that west wall traverse is nice, easy, grade 1 scramble, maybe even less than that. Lord's Rake, as you saw there, well, I was fortunate enough, it was actually frozen up quite nicely, so the screw was pretty solid. But of course during the summer, that's a nice easy scramble up through there as well, so it's a great way to get up onto Sca Fell. Anywho, I'm just going to show you, because it's all laid out in all its glory here, where we're going to go next. So down here, the camera's right into the sun, unfortunately, so hopefully I can point this out to you on the screen with a bit of editing wizardry. But down there is Slight Side, so we're going to go down there. Now this line that I'm taking now is part of the Great Lakes Fell Race. So you come off Sca Fell, you hammer it down to Slight Side there, and then you down into Mordor to the left and start making your way back towards Pike of Blisco. But what we're doing today is we're going to go down to Slight Side, and then we're going to hook off to the right. I'm going to make my way down to the Tarn, that's down there, and then skirt on the left side of the valley, which is in just on top of the shadow there at our 12 o'clock. Down, and going to drop off that into the woodland, which is down at the bottom. And then on the right hand side there you can see Winrig, so I'm just going to hammer it up there, and then we're going to skirt around the top of Winrig and back down into Wasdale Head, which is just around the corner, you can't see. And that's pretty much today's run. Now I've been going, this is the 4 mile mark, and it's 2.5 hours. It's yeah, I've been loafing it of course, and I've been chatting to you, but it's been nice, just chilling. The great thing, of course, when I get out the camera and start waffling on at you guys, I'm having a bit of a rest as well. So coming up Sca Fell, if I was doing this unbroken, it'd be a really good workout. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, I know I said this earlier, and yet here we are chatting. Yeah, I'm just going to get on with this run now. So less talking, more running. And I'll probably chat to you guys again when we get up onto Winrig, which is, I'll point that out again, that summit over there at the 12 o'clock. All right, I'm going to be quiet now and just get on with this run. Yeah. There you go, front of my shoe caught again. That's the problem with these shoes, a little bit long. There you go. I believe this is now the summit cairn of Winrig. Oh my word, my face is frozen. And that was a grind. So yeah, we'll just go up to this cairn and look back on the ground that we've covered. Oh, let's just do that. Oh. Yeah, so the last time I was up here was during the Wasdale Fell race. I think the Winrig checkpoint was down on the other side, down there somewhere. Oh my word, what a day. My legs definitely are feeling it now. Yeah, today is definitely, my legs are telling me today is definitely a 6,000 foot plus day. Yeah, so we'll find out when we go back to the car and switch off the Garmin, or sorry, the Sunto. But yeah, let's have a look over there. When I last spoke to you, I was just on the side of Sca Fell there. It was a nice sun trap. Wind was, there was no wind. Just to the right there's Slight Side. We went up there and we bombed it off Slight Side, came down, hopped over, crossed over Eskdale Moor, and well, you can't really see too well. I'll tell you what we'll do is I'll stop waffling and we'll head over to that summit up there, which I forget the name of now, all the way over there. Before we drop off into Wasdale, I'll show you the ground that we've covered. That's what we'll do. Oh. All right, let's go. It's cold. It is super icy and the ground is really hard because of it, but you know, I wasn't going to get away with dry feet all day. Yeah, so they're wet now because we yeah, there were just areas that were just hadn't frozen, and now my feet are blocks of ice because I haven't really been doing much running, of course. Getting up to here, absolute grind coming up here. So we've now got to trot over here and just warm the old feet up. Oh, feeling a bit stiff. Here we go. Oh, this is the cute little stone bridge that you crossed just before Wasdale. However, be warned, these stones are absolutely treacherous when it's wet. Yeah, I've slipped on these stones quite a few times, bombing it down here. Oh, anyway, look at this light. I don't know how well this camera's picking it up, but the light this evening is absolutely stunning. Look at that. And the all the dead bracken is giving the hillside a really kind of bronzed look. It's yeah, really, really cool. Well, basically the whole day's been awesome. But yeah, so I'm just heading down here. As you noticed there, even though I mentioned back on Wind Rig I was going to stop and show you a bit of the grounds that we'd covered, the view wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, and I couldn't really see. So, plus it was cold, so I thought, nah, sod it, we're just going to blow through there, which we did do. And I've been coming off Ill Gill Head like an old nana, tentatively coming down. Yeah, it's solid. There's large areas of sheet ice as well, and no amount of good grip on rubber is going to cover you for sheet ice. You need a pair of crampons or micro spikes for that sort of thing. So yeah, anyway, that's today. This morning, well, we started off by going up Lingmel, which you can see in all its glory up there. Yeah, been a great day, isn't it? Weather's awesome. We went up Lingmel, then we went up to Scafell Pike, then we went up Lord's Rake and the West Wall Traverse, which I'd never done before. And yeah, I mean, I was thinking on the way round as well, as much as I said back on Lord's Rake, it's a very manageable scree gully scramble. As much as I said it's probably not even a grade 1, it is, yeah, it's within a lot of people's capabilities. It should be noted though, it's not to be taken lightly. Yeah, and especially at this time of year. Today I got lucky. Of course, I chose not to carry my micro spikes, but if there had come a point when I thought, nah, this is way too dodgy for me, I would have just turned around and gone back down, you know. I wouldn't have pushed it, basically. So, I mean, I have the luxury of being able to try again another day without having to take a couple of days off work or book a holiday or something like that. So for me, if it's not going to work, I'll just not do it, you know. And I'm pretty good at that, actually. I kind of, you know, I'd like to think I've got my limitations and I know what they are. So yeah, the point I'm trying to make is I'm not advocating for irresponsible behaviour. If you've just been watching me running around in my trainers and thought, you know what, that YouTube bloke went up there in a pair of trainers, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I make these videos for entertainment purposes only. You know, I'm not advocating irresponsible behaviour, basically. So yeah, anyway, enough of me saying that sort of stuff. I'm not trying to be a nanny. I'll run down a mountain like an old nana. Well, I'm not anyone's mother, that's for sure. So cool. All right then. Well, that was today's run, really. The car park's just down here. So, oh, if we have a look at the Sunto, there you go. 13.2 miles and 5 hours and 58 minutes. Yeah, so it's pretty much bang on, actually. By the time we get down to the car, yeah, switch off the Sunto, just gone 6 hours. So yeah, that's today's run. A nice jaunt around Sca Fell, doing a bit of a recce of the Bob Graham line that I might take. I think I will. If I do the Bob Graham next year, which I'm planning on doing, I don't know when, but at some point, I think I'll take that line, actually. I'll take the Lord's Rake and West Wall Traverse. Yeah, and it's pretty easy to find in the dark as well, I should imagine. So yeah, cool. All right, well, that was today's run, and yeah, I'll see you for next video. Cheers.